You can fucking do it.
This is weird. Hello there guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Laura. I am a bikini competitor and this is a very overdue Q&A that I said I would do about 6 weeks ago on my Instagram. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a Q&A, gonna film it tonight, it's gonna be great, and then it just never happened. So I have just done one literally today on my Instagram, but this one is the one from back then, so there's loads of questions in here to answer. I did ask these questions as a first-time competitor. However, I guess I am still a first-time competitor because I've only done one show. However, I have now competed in my first show. If you've been following my journey, you will have seen that, excuse me, I competed in the PCA First Timers in Peterborough on the 20th of March 2022, and I won my class, which I literally still can't believe to this day. It actually baffles me. There's my little goodies over in the corner, and we got this one for actually taking part, and then this one for winning, which is just like, I literally can't get over it. What? So yeah, we won, and it was quite the journey. If you were here, if you followed along, lots of ups and downs, ins and outs. It was one hell of a prep, as it always is. And I am currently 6 days out from my next show. I've got the UK UP Southern Championships on the 10th of April, and then I've got the Trained by JP 2 Bros show on the 16th of April. So we are still in prep. Save that for another video. So yeah, I feel like a bit of a fraud answering these questions actually, because obviously I was going to answer them pre-show, but I have now done the show, the first show. They're still going to apply. There's lots of like a broad spectrum of questions in there, and I've got them on my Mac, so if I'm looking down, that's why. It also feels so weird doing a video like sat down, because normally I'm vlogging, I'm holding something, or I've got something to distract myself with, whereas now I'm literally looking at a camera, and it's quite strange. So we'll see how we get on. So let's go to the first question. What are your 3 favourite things of stage prep? Oh, good question. So one of them is definitely the discipline aspect. I love the challenge of like having to stick to a rigid schedule, pushing yourself as far as you can. It's fucking hard, and you know what, sometimes it doesn't go well. If, like I said, if you've watched my videos, you will have seen like I can push myself too hard, or I don't do the things I say I'm gonna do, and then I'm like, God. But definitely like the discipline / self-growth aspect of it is amazing, because you just learn so much about yourself along the way, the things you can do, the things you can endure. That's pretty fucking sick. That's one. Number 2, the people that I've met along the way are absolutely amazing. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again, the prep brain. The bodybuilding community is like some of the nicest people I've ever met. I think on the outside, because it's all aesthetic based, it's not all aesthetic based, but you know, you're being judged on your look. I think it can come across as quite like, what's the word? Judgmentally and a bit stuck up your own arse, but like everyone is so friggin' nice. I've met so many amazing girls and guys, and we all just like hype each other up, and it's just awesome. Everyone's so together. I think because you like, when you do it, you know how hard it is. So you, like, if you're gonna be a dick, then you are a dick, you know, like, because you know how hard the grind is, you know how hard everyone else is working, so you just are nice to people because you know how tough it is. I guess number 3 would be just having a goal. I'm quite goal orientated, and having like a set day of when you've got to get stuff done is nice to have something to work towards, I guess. I don't know, I really found that hard to think of 3 then, didn't I? How do you balance being a student with bodybuilding? The question is, do I balance it? I'm not entirely sure if I actually kind of balance it well. I was on my postnatal placement. For those of you who don't know, by the way, I'm a student midwife. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm literally going to graduate in like 4 months, which is... I actually cut my hours, like, I probably did like 10 hours a week less than I was supposed to. So my shifts were 7 till 8, and I'd do 7 till 3 instead, so that I could still get some hours and then have the energy to train. Like, we're talking like 3 weeks out from show at this point, when I'm literally in the pits type thing. It wasn't like the whole placement I did this. It was literally the last 3 weeks, because I was so fatigued that I just could not have possibly done both. I don't know how people that do both do, because I was just like horrendous. Getting up in the morning was just like awful. My sessions were turning to shit. And obviously I was doing like an hour of cardio a day, weights, 15,000 steps. I was on like 1,200 calories. It was bad. Like, I was not okay. So I didn't really have a choice. I had to, like, to be able to do both, I had to stop doing one thing a little bit. And so that's how I got through that. Now I'm on annual leave, which is amazing. I'm off actually until after my last comp. I go back to placement and do my last final assessed placement starting the week of the 18th, and my show's the 16th. So that couldn't have worked out any better really, because obviously now I have no distractions apart from I should be writing my dissertation. I'm quite like, when it comes to essays and things like that, I just get them done. It's really weird. Like, I could leave it till the end, and I'm quite lucky in that way. I just kind of like bash it out. So if I'm being honest, I don't know if I do balance it. It's just pure stubbornness, grit and determination. That's all I can say on that one. Vegan meal prep. I'm vegan, if you haven't heard that already. I do literally prep everything all the time. I'm on it with my food. I make sure that I put my food in my fitness pal the day before, so that there's literally no room for error. In terms of vegan meal prep, Aldi everything. Aldi mince, the Aldi teriyaki beef things are literally awesome. They're so low in carb as well, and they fill you up for ages. I just do like a bag of salad, a beef-free wrap which has got like 4 grams of carbs in it or something, and maybe like 100 calories. Get some sauce, chuck one of them in, boom, done, no problem. If you want to go like a little bit cheaper, make like a chili or something like that, with the Aldi mince, a tub of beans, a can of beans. There's so many like cheap things. I kind of like, there's so many ideas I have that I could just reel off, but I don't want to, I feel like it's another video. Maybe I'll do a meal prep video. What made you want to get into posing comp stuff? I feel like I might have covered this a little bit before. I honestly have, like, there was never really like oh my god, I want to be a bikini athlete. It was me having no aim or goal at the gym. I was just trying to get fucking hench, and then I kind of like saw it on Instagram, I think, and I was like, oh, that looks nice, maybe I'll give that a go, I don't know. And I kind of did it without any real understanding of how difficult it was going to be. I knew it was going to be like pretty horrendous. I didn't realize it was going to be that bad. But we're doing it and we fucking love it, so that's the main thing. What are your aspirations? I mean, honestly, I'm not sure at this point. I'd love to get in pro card, obviously, who doesn't? Whether I'm ever gonna have the, like, be able to commit to that, I don't know, because I don't have a career in sport. I spend a lot of time in hospital. It's difficult. I would love to go take it all the way. I would love to take it all the way. Not obviously, because not everyone's goal is a pro card, I guess, but I would love to take it all the way. Realistically, who knows? We shall see. Keep watching. What are your current calories? So they were, when we were like a month out, I think I was running 1,241 calories, 78 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat, and 140 grams of protein, I think. Sounds about right. We're not that anymore. We are a little bit lower than that. That's all I'm gonna say for now. How many meals a day do you eat? Well, I schedule in 3, and then if depending on how satiated I think I'm gonna be, is that the right word? I can split them up. So when I used to take food to placement, I'd take, like as I said, a wrap, some sort of meat substitute and salad. I could have some of the salads, like just pick it throughout the day, like if I've got a few seconds, and then I'll have the wrap like as long as I can leave it from like 3 placements. Obviously I'll eat my porridge at like 6 o'clock in the morning, earlier than that sometimes. I'll try and leave lunch until like 3-ish at least, and then like possibly pick it throughout the day if I can. So 3, but I'll try and stretch it out to like 4 or 5. At the minute I've got 3 meals and a mug cake, which sounds hilarious because I'm on prep, but so I basically just make a protein mug cake. It's not very exciting, but it like satisfies that sweet craving that you have like at the end of the day, because I have a huge bowl of porridge at the beginning of the day. That's like a non-negotiable for me. I love porridge, I love my protes, and so I just make it happen. And I think it's really important to keep some of the things that you enjoy, because you know, you don't want to like completely hate your life. You're obviously going to be like starving hungry and have horrendous cravings, but there's things you can do to make life a little bit easier, you know. And so for me, making life a little bit easier is like waking up and being like, yes, I get my chocolate protein porridge, you know. It's like the little wins, you know. I really, really look forward to that, and it makes me really happy. So I have that to start my day, and it's a good time. How do you work everything into a busy lifestyle? I feel like I don't ever have time to train. Well, everyone has time for things that they want to do, let's put it like that. So, I mean, if I can get up at 5:30 in the morning, go and do a 13-hour shift and still bash out an hour's worth of weights and an hour's worth of cardio and get home and meal prep and come in for the next day, get up at 5:30, then you can find time. If you can find time at the end of the day to sit there for 2 hours scrolling your phone and watching TikToks or whatever you do, you can find time to train. If you can find time to sit on the phone for an hour with your friend and bitch about, you know, X, Y, and Z, then you can find time to train. We find the time for things that we actually want to do, and it is like a lot of mindset stuff. You just have to work out how much you actually want it. And yeah, like I'm not doing this whole Molly May, there's 20, like everyone has the same 24 hours in a day shit, obviously, because there are like factors, you know. And I count myself lucky in that I don't have any like external pressures, for example, like apart from the fact that I'm doing uni. I don't have any children to look after, you know, I don't have any dependents. I run my own schedule. My boyfriend lives 200 miles away, so I haven't got to worry about that. Like, it's not like I have to schedule in date nights and things like that, which is, you know, a pro or a con depending on how you look on it. Obviously, I would much rather he was here, but so it's easy for me because I run my own schedule. However, you know, it can be done. That there's plenty of mums at my competition and that are IFBB pros, you know, that have careers and get it all done. So I think instead of like saying you don't have time to train, look at the things that you could be doing instead. Like actually write down what you do in the day. Like what time do you get up? What time do you do this? Get organised with your time, and then you'll realise there's gaps, and you'll be like, hang on a minute, I'm literally just sat doing nothing, thinking about the things I could be doing, when actually I could just go and do it. And I think I said this in one of my videos before, a quote by Phoebe Hagen. It wasn't really a quote, but she said it in one of her older videos, and it was like, the moment I don't want to do something, I immediately go and do it. And I've really been trying to channel that over the last week, because I've been like really not wanting to train and like really not happy with like this. So yeah, just get the fuck up and go, basically. Go now. This is your call. Or if you're doing cardio whilst watching this, then great. What is your opinion on steroid use? This is a great question. I personally have no problem with it whatsoever. Really. I mean, it's if it's allowed in your sport, then go for it. Am I natural? Yes. Do I have any plans to use steroids? No. Am I ruling it out ever? No. I'm being totally honest. Like, if who knows what's going to happen in the future, I'd never say no. Like point blank no, but I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. Like, I'm getting on really fine naturally. It just doesn't bother me at all. And I think like there's no point shooting yourself in the foot. If you get to like a really elite level and you're not keeping up, then you don't get a medal for coming last and not being on steroids. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I have literally no problem with steroid use at all. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. It's your body, baby. How often does IQ wear your underwear? You'd be surprised. That'll do for now. If you have any more questions for me, or you want to get hold of me, just grab me on my Instagram at Laura Tippett Bussy. Also use my discount code for the Protein Works, which currently is PWBLT, I believe, for an extra 10% off sale. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for all updates. I am currently working on a new peak week video for this competition coming up, because it is peak week right now. So yeah, if you want to follow on my journey, then please, by all means, crack on. And I'd love to have you for the ride. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one.